What's going on, boys? I get the NFL picks for you for Sunday, September 7th. With this format I'm about to give you guys, you could turn 20 bucks into 200. Now, obviously, before we get into any of those picks, though, if you guys could drop a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And then we're just going to talk about our picks for today and actually yesterday, really quick before we get into anything. Yesterday, we had Hampton and Kelsey. Hampton hit, Kelsey did not, which I'm a little bit surprised about Kelsey because obviously Rashee Rice was out and then Xavier Worthy got hurt on like the second or third play of the game. So don't really know why he didn't get that many looks, but whatever, it is what it is. And then we did go up another unit in VIP yesterday. As far as today's picks go, we are 1 for 3 so far. We had 5 picks for today. 2 of them are going in that Oklahoma-Michigan game later on in the day. But Steve Angeli hit. Kevin Jennings did not get his longest rush, which kind of sucks. Baylor was really keying on those QB runs today. And then Michael Trigg, he had 38 receiving yards at halftime and didn't get a single target in the second half. I know for a fact I didn't see him in the game at all in the fourth quarter, so I don't know if he got hurt or what, but that one just kind of sucks for us. We still can do really good today, though, so I'm really not worried about that at all. And then over on VIP, one of our picks has gone, and that one's already hit. So we're looking good for VIP, but we're just going to jump at these NFL games for tomorrow. Obviously, first NFL Sunday of the year. Absolutely stoked for that. Ton of really good games, so we're just going to jump into these picks very quickly for you guys. Our first one is going to be Jayden Daniels. We're taking him over his rush attempts, wherever that may be. Let's see, rush attempts. I want to say they were at 8.5. Okay, so they took down his normal rush attempts line. Whatever, they're going to end up putting a normal one back up for him anyways. His normal line was at 8.5. Obviously, you saw me going through those. There's a Goblin at 7.5 and a Demon at 9.5. So they're going to throw one up for 8.5. Obviously, he's playing the Giants tomorrow. A nice little division match for them. Last year, obviously, played the Giants 2 times. They're in the same division. One of those, he had 10 rushes. The other one, he had 8, missing by 0.5. So, obviously, those 2 games, he's averaging 9. Really not too worried about it. I think he can easily eclipse that 8 carry mark. So, I think he's going to get those 9. Obviously, he loves to run a lot. And the Giants have made a huge improvement all across the board. Their offense, their defense, huge improvements everywhere, especially on their D-line. They have a really good D-line, actually, probably one of the better D-lines in the league. They have a ton of monsters, obviously, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. They just got Abdul Carter. Just a ton of great pass rushers over there. So I think that Jayden Daniels is going to have to get up and get out of that pocket a lot, and he's going to be forced to run quite a bit. So absolutely love this play. Again, once they put it back up at 8.5, feel free to take that, or a bunch of other apps will have it at 8.5. The payouts might be a little bit different, but I know that those other apps will have that normal line up for you guys. But with that being said, we're going to jump into our second play right here. Sticking with the same game, we're going to be taking Malik Nabers. We're taking his receptions. So obviously he played them, again, playing Washington. Played them 2 times last year. Again, division matchup, so that is to be expected. In his 2 matchups against them last year, he had 10 receptions and 9 receptions. So that receiving core didn't really change all that much. Nothing about those pass catchers has really had any difference from last year to this year. So I think that he's going to get really the same amount of looks. The only thing that's changed is his quarterback, but no matter who's throwing the ball on that team, they know who their guy is. They know who the best receiver on that team is, and it's clearly Malik Nabers. I think that 6 receptions is extremely doable for him, especially against a team that he just gets a ton of targets and catches against. Obviously, the first game he had against Washington last year, 18 targets. The second game, 11 targets. So he pulls in a ton of targets in these division games. So I don't think that 6 receptions will be a problem for him whatsoever. And then now we're going to get into our third play. I've got 4 for you guys today. I know I did not mention that earlier, but I've got 4 really solid plays for you guys. With that being said, our third play going to be Michael Penix. We're taking him over 234.5 passing yards, obviously. Didn't get a whole lot of starts last year just because Kirk was obviously the starter for most of the year. But he started to heat up for sure. I think that this guy has a lot more talent than Kirk. Obviously, Kirk's not a bad quarterback at all. He's just really not one of those franchise guys. He's a guy that you can really throw in there and he'll do fine, but he's not really going to do anything super spectacular other than now and again. But as you could see, Michael Penix is going to be playing against Tampa Bay tomorrow. Obviously, when they played Tampa Bay last year, both those games were amazing games. Obviously, that first game against them that Atlanta had against Tampa Bay was an absolute barn burner for sure. Final score for that game was 36-30 in OT. Kirk ended up going 42 for 58 attempts with 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now, again, I do genuinely believe that Michael Penix has more talent to show us than Kirk Cousins has. So I really don't think that that's going to be that this 235 mark is going to be an issue for him to hit. Again, Kirk played another game against them last year and threw for another 280. So this dude has more than enough weapons to get it done. And I think that this is going to be a really, really easy line for him to hit, especially with that explosive Tampa Bay offense on the other side. He's going to have to throw a bunch. They're going to have to stay in the game. So I really like that line a lot. And then our fourth and final play is going to be Derrick Henry. We're taking him over 17 rush attempts. Now, he's playing the Bills tomorrow. Obviously, as you can see here, Derrick Henry just gets a ton of rush attempts. Obviously, it's Derrick Henry. Why would you not? The only miss here is against Buffalo. He missed by 1. Again, I don't really think that's an issue. That was in a playoff game where they were losing pretty much the whole time, so that one kind of makes sense to me. They're not really going to run the ball all that much. They did have one regular season matchup against Buffalo. In that game, he had 24 carries for 200 yards. So again, unless it's a weird circumstance where they're just down the entire game playing catch up the whole time, that's really the only scenario that I could see that Derrick Henry might miss, or unless they're doing some weird experiment with Justice Hill or Keaton Mitchell, which is just another thing that's I don't really see that happening. But yeah, I mean, all he has to do is replicate. Maybe not even from a yard standpoint, but all he's got to do is just get the ball, do good enough to where they can keep handing him the ball, and this line will be an absolute breeze for this guy. 17 is no big feat for Derrick Henry at all. But with that being said, these are the 4 plays I've got for you guys. Now, just to go over them for you really quickly, Jayden Daniels, more than 8.5 rush attempts. I know it says 7.5. They took down that normal line. So, again, if they put it back up on Prizepicks, you guys are more than welcome to take that. If you can't find that, then just go to any other app. Chalkboard, I know for a fact will have it. So you could throw that in on there if you'd like. And then obviously Malik Nabers, more than 6 receptions. He pulls in a ton of targets against all of his division opponents. So they love throwing this guy the ball. I know he's got a different quarterback, but everyone on the planet of Earth knows that Malik Nabers is the best wide receiver on that team. So he's going to get the looks no matter what. And then Michael Penix, more than 234.5 passing yards. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay, both times last year were great games. I don't see that being any different this year. Neither of those rosters have really had any big changes. So I absolutely love that one right there. And then Derrick Henry, more than 17 rush attempts. Obviously, he had 24 in that regular season matchup against the Bills last year. Missed it by 1 in the playoffs. But again, that's a playoff game where they're having to play catch up the whole time. That's just going to be a really tough scenario for really any running back to get the carries, unless it's like Ashton Genty on the freaking Boise State Broncos because they have no one else to give the ball to. That's really the only time that that's ever going to be the case where that person gets the carries. But other than that, boys, obviously, link to my VIP picks, link to Chalkboard, both going to be down below as per usual. As I said, yesterday we went up in VIP another unit, so really good stuff there. I think we're up, I want to say 45 now, 45 units, really great stuff there. And then obviously we've had one VIP pick go today, and that's already hit. So love that. And then just to pop over here and talk to you guys about Chalkboard really quick. Same rules as always. If you guys want to go download the Chalkboard app, throw in that code SBL when you're signing up. You guys are going to get all their free picks that they put up for every single sport, every single day, as well as a free $20. No deposit required. They're paying you guys to use my code, so make sure you guys take advantage of that while you can. And then obviously those promo packs, talk a ton about them. They make this app so much fun to bet on. Turns it into kind of a video game, just adds that little one-up that makes everything a lot more fun when you do it through Chalkboard. So absolutely love that. And then obviously that deal I'm doing, if you guys download the Chalkboard app, during your sign up, you throw in code SBL and deposit at least $20, you guys are going to get 1 month of free VIP. Now, again, you guys will be down no money at all. You guys are going to have $40 in your account because of that free $20 right there. And then you guys are going to have 1 month of VIP picks. They're all going to be on Chalkboard for you guys to take advantage of right there. Again, all you got to do, download the Chalkboard app during your sign up, throw in code SBL, and throw in at least $20. And then my email is going to be in the description of all my videos. Shoot me a quick email, let me know, and I will get that 1 month of free VIP to you guys as soon as I see it. But other than that, boys, that's all I've got for you today. So again, super, super excited for that NFL Sunday tomorrow. Absolutely stoked. But again, nothing more for you guys today. So I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.